one. So we got always the handstand press-ups, handstands in general, any handstand variation. So now down to the shoulder muscles again. So mainly overhead press, I would say. I insist with overhead press, but now we can perform it differently, okay? Because if you want to get better handstand press-ups, you probably will be looking for range of motion. So you can, instead of going just super heavy here, because when you're training for planches, I would say just mainly there. But I will go for a little bit lower, right to the bottom, full stretch, full activation on your front, side out. Okay, so slightly different. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video. And this is a very important video, maybe one of my favorite topics to talk about, because this is me. Okay, this whole video, this is me. I'm calisthenics, I'm a bodybuilder. So you're not gonna find anyone else to tell you more about this than me. Because I start when I was 14 years old doing calisthenics, okay? So very young, I'm 28 right now, so it's been a few years, okay? And I transitioned to bodybuilding, okay? And I mean, if you are on the same stage, or probably you're doing both, you're not sure what route to take, make sure you watch this whole video, okay? And let's start with something very important that I like to tell all my clients: and do what you love. Okay, there's no better answer. Like, you can do bodybuilder or you can do calisthenics. You can definitely mix both. Okay, but if you want to take, if you want this to be your career, if you want to, to be professional doing this, you must choose one. Okay, but if you just want to get fit, you can do absolutely both, okay? And then you're gonna enjoy it. It's an amazing journey, trust me, because I am doing that right now. Obviously I'm not gonna do it professionally anymore. I thought about it when I was younger. I did compete and stuff, but didn't place anywhere. I'm still actually gonna compete on bodybuilding next year. Maybe it's not 100%, but it's 80% chance that I will. Okay, and I want to share all these ideas with you, yeah, because I'm still doing calisthenics and I'm gonna compete in bodybuilding. Okay, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So yeah, do what you love. And let's start with the first one, which is why the calisthenics athletes can be the best bodybuilders. Yeah, they can be the best bodybuilders. And well, okay, in the Hall of Fame of bodybuilder, maybe none of them started doing calisthenics, well, that I'm aware of. I get it, Jay Cutler and Rennie Coleman and all these guys, but that I know they can be the best ones, but sadly, bodybuilder is one of those careers where it doesn't depend that much on how talented you are. It's more like what you're born with. I mean, you were born with sick genetics. Obviously, you have to be dedicated with your training, with your diet and stuff, but muscle stimulus is what matters in the end when it comes down to bodybuilding. So as long as you're getting a decent muscle stimulus, it doesn't matter what type of training you do in that scenario, right? But now there's for sure a reason why calisthenics can be a bit better, and is the technique, right? Most calisthenics, and you can, let's put it this way, you can skip that beginner phase faster, because most people who start in the gym and doing bodybuilding, they start with awful technique. Trust me, because I'm a coach. I work with new clients every month, pretty much. I work in the gym and everything, so I see this a lot. But if you go a calisthenic background, a gymnastic background, for example, where I come from, because I did calisthenics and mix it with gymnastics as well. When I did bodybuilding, that was a piece of cake. I was first time, bench press, full range, scapula activated, pinch press shoulder blades, perfect arch. That was my first time doing bench. Actually, I got a video here, photo here. Right? I'll leave it to you. I don't have the technique. Sadly, there were not cameras. Well, there were cameras obviously, but there wasn't fun with video. You cannot record with video in that time. But anyways, so yeah, technique. if you come from calisthenic background, calisthenics athletes can be the best bodybuilders because they pick up the technique so quickly. Sadly, yes, even if you don't have the blessed genetics, you won't grow, really well. So it doesn't really matter what you do, you see. But that's the main reason why. And now, the next step is why you should combine these two. Okay? And this is why probably you start watching this video. And it's simply because there's loads of exercises, and people do. Then some of them they don't know. Some bodybuilders they don't know, like pull-ups. There's actually calisthenics, push-ups and stuff. I know there's fancy techniques. I'm not telling you if you like are gonna pursue bodybuilding as a career. I'm not telling you like you have to do planches, for example, or handstand and things like that. Handstand press won't be really effective for like bodybuilding. That's the only one, sadly, but the rest of the calisthenics exercise can be really, really, really good for you. Okay, and then why will you combine this? Yeah, so exercises like pull-ups, push-ups, my favorite, which is cool crushers, like this massive tricep tension. It's incredible, not just for the benefit that you can get, but it's a range of motion. And if you've been watching this videos, you know that I love range of motion. I love tension when it comes down to bodybuilding. It's so important to get results. So that's one of the main reasons why you should combine these two. And also, okay, it gives you on the fun side of it, it gives you a little bit more flexibility. It gives you a little bit more, away from, the monotony of like the gym and stuff. Another thing is it prevent a little bit from like joint fatigue. Sometimes when, for example, you're used to like lifting really heavy stuff like a bench, I don't know, it depends on what level of fitness you are. Sometimes your joints, get fatigued even more than your muscle. You start getting, these horrible pains. Now with calisthenics that doesn't happen, because you still it can happen, but you're still managing your own body weight. So it's not as much as when you're like like deadlifting, like squatting so much and your knees are like screaming, like obviously it doesn't. I'm using the lower body example. I shouldn't, because on calisthenics, sadly, this only applies for upper body sessions, by the way. Sadly, we don't have that many options. I wouldn't tell you like sacrifice your quads for like bodyweight lunges, which is qualified as a calisthenics. Sadly, you don't get that much results there. But when it comes down to your chest muscle group, triceps and back, calisthenics, you make sure you got it on your plan. Okay, again, it's not a must if you're doing bodybuilding, but hey, it's really, really good. Okay, especially if you perform it correctly. I'm probably gonna be leaving loads of videos here while I'm talking. Now, bodybuilding but I'm gonna break it down too, yeah, because I haven't finished with this. Why will you combine these two? It's bodybuilding for calisthenics, yeah. So if you're trying to do bodybuilding for calisthenics, that's another story actually. So let's say if you don't care about bodybuilding, you just want to get better at calisthenics. Well, good news for you. Amazing as well, yeah, because it is true when it comes down to calisthenics, you have to practice your techniques. It's about practicing, okay, but then there's another percentage of strength, okay, side of it, which I can qualify as you can say a bit of a strength training, bodybuilding, yes. So things like, for example, you're gonna get a nice front lever, okay, it's just a nice popular technique that involve a low back muscles and biceps. Then the best way to get those muscles strong is by doing bodybuilding. So if you combine those, that definitely is gonna help. Now, being smart, because you don't want to get too fatigued. The problem with calisthenics, if you lift too much, you're too fatigued and you won't be able to perform the exercise correct, the technique correctly. Sorry. Okay. So you need to manage your volume, okay? You gotta be smart in that. But that's gonna definitely enhance your strength through the roof. So yeah, That's the main reason why you want to do that if you're doing calisthenics. So combine it with weights, and the other way around as well. Calisthenics for bodybuilding, for that range of motion that we talk about, that flexibility, like fun training, okay, a bit different, and you still get really good results, good tension, any adaptability, if that's a word. I'm getting really fancy in here. Because you can have different setup. For example, on a school crushes, you can go lower on a Smith machine if you're using a Smith machine until you get to the bottom, which is going to be challenging. Okay, something you can't do with weights. Obviously, you can go heavier and heavier, but it's just different adaptation. Okay, but you still get really good muscle stimulus. All right. Now we're going to talk about the key bodybuilding exercises to enhance your calisthenics. Yeah. So, yes, we mentioned it a little bit at the beginning, but depending on what technique you're working on, you got to keep an eye on this one. Let's break it down for you, each of them, yeah? So, for planches, yeah, it would be amazing if you get that overhead press working on, definitely heavy overhead press. You get on the plate loaded, on the machines, go heavy there, okay, 3-4 sets, okay, and a little bit of lat raise of isolated movement, but carefully, don't go too crazy with volume because it's gonna affect your performance the next day when you do planches, yeah, so you need to be careful there. Maybe the isolated movement you leave it till the end. Okay, so let's say, I think I spoke about this in the channel. If you're doing calisthenics, don't focus on all the techniques, focus on one for a period. So 8 weeks of planches, then you get better there. You manage to get a progression, for example, your whatever level you are on, your tuck planche. Okay, once you get there, you can take a break and you can start working on your front lever, for example. Okay, and then in that period, I would say go for heavy lifts. If you're doing planches, overhead press for sure. Okay, and then at the end of your weekly microcycle, add some like lat raises, front raises, for example, palms facing up, thumbs up as well. That would definitely is gonna help. Now we're gonna talk about front level. Definitely the bend over row. We're gonna talk about lat pull down. Yes, lat pull down for sure. Target your lats. When I was thinking about front lever, yeah, your middle back, upper back, and lats. But primarily your middle back and upper back as well. Depending if you want you run that, you have to like hold, especially when you get that posture in front lever. That's what you want. The more you like slightly hunch, the more you can activate your upper back, which is a bigger muscle. Okay, obviously I can make a video about front lever if you're interested in that. And obviously your bicep curls from a lot of forearm curls, so a lot of resistance training there on those arms. That's definitely gonna enhance. It's gonna help you with your calisthenics techniques. With your front lever. And what was the next one? So we got always the handstand press ups, handstands in general, any handstand variation. So now down to the shoulder muscles again. So mainly overhead press, I would say. I insist with overhead press, but now we can perform it differently, okay? Because if you want to get better handstand press ups, you probably will be looking for range of motion. So you can, instead of going just super heavy here, because when you're training for planches, I would say just mainly there, but I will go for a little bit lower, right to the bottom, full stretch, full activation on your front, side out. Okay, so slightly different. So now, how can you? Now, let's say you are only interested in both. You want to do aesthetics. You're trying to have fun. You're not trying to go professional. Okay. How will you integrate this in your routine? Well, simple. Yeah, you can do what I'm doing right now. Actually, I hurt my wrist. I was doing more calisthenics recently. This year I started doing full calisthenics and I hurt my wrist skating. I was doing really well. I probably, leave some video here. It was the first time getting my planche back with this weight, with this body weight, which is quite heavy. And I have to stop, and now what I'm doing, I'm just mixing it up. I'm having fun. I'm doing a little bit more bodybuilding actually, and what am I doing is simply picking up the big gems of both styles. Okay, I call it gems because it's the most important exercises. So obviously, if I'm on bodybuilding, I go for my compounds. How I'm gonna integrate the calisthenics exercises to my bodybuilding plan. Actually, it will be more to pick, for example, my skull crushers when I'm doing arms. I'm definitely getting those skull crushers in. Okay, adding it at the end of my workout, depending on what I'm looking after. Recently, I've got a low arm on my mesocycle. A lot of I hit my arms every 40 hours, and one of them when I do leg and arms, so I do that. So. I superset the biceps or triceps as well. That's another way you can do that, how you can integrate them. So I do like bicep curls, and then I can do the skull crushers at the bottom, or bench dips as well. Okay, it's good to cut time as well if you're running out of time. Amazing way to do that. What else? Push-ups. That's how I'm gonna integrate. Obviously, I'm telling you about my specific plan, how I'm integrating the calisthenics exercises to my bodybuilding plan. On a chest day, for example, after my main compound, which is bench press, or perhaps I'm gonna do like incline dumbbell press, for example. Then I go for that main exercise. Then I go for either a low cable fly, okay, or then I go for a full range of motion dips. Amazing. Careful with your nose. I might leave a video here. I go really low, but I got really good flexibility here, and I can get the nice activation, nice burn on my pecs. Yeah, the same with push-ups. Maybe not dips, but you can do push-ups. You can put 2 plates on each side, go super slow at the bottom, as you can feel that stretch there. Okay, that's another way to do it. Pull-ups again. The way I do pull-ups for bodybuilding, I use straps. I cheat, guys. Yes, I do. And the reason why is because I don't care about the wrist strength for my plan right now, especially because I hurt my wrist. Therefore, I get the hook and I strap myself on the bar. You probably will never seen anyone doing that. Just me. But the amount of lats, like tension you get, the amount of lat stimulus you get doing that pull-up variation is just insane. Super strict, of course, right to the top, a nice arch of bar, just chin up there. You don't have to go like all the way up chest to bar. You don't have to do that. You activate your lats right here. If you bend your arms more than 90 degrees, you're gonna activate more your biceps. But if your lats is what you're looking for, that's enough. And then you go mega slow at the bottom, and trust me, you're gonna be strapping yourself to the bar, so you're not gonna insane tension. Super recommended. I don't see anyone doing this. Try it out. This is gems. I'm telling you, this is all advice. If you got this to this point of this video, you probably have seen or I heard a lot already, and please apply it. This is tips that you don't find a lot. I just find them myself, and trust me, I watch lots of videos like you maybe as well, and then I try to give you brand new content all the time. So this is something I've tried myself personally in my own journey. It's been 14 years, so there's a lot to learn. I'm still learning every day. It's amazing journey. So guys, if you got to this video, you probably are really interested into fitness, and you should be subscribed right now if you got to this point. Okay, I create a lot of content, so comment anything. I'm happy to help. I've got currently a few spaces if you want to work together as well. I got 2 spaces for online coaching, and then just message me, and if not, I'm still happy to help people. I don't care. Like, if I'm free, you message me, you comment stuff, and I'm happy to provide advices. So guys, see you soon in another video.